All right, what you've been waiting for. Sorry about the last time. The last one was clickbait. This one wasn't clickbait. The last one, I scheduled it wrong and said you were going to be here, and we weren't here at all.
We were not here.
But Mr. Taylor Self, the people's champ, back in the house. Yo, we scheduled this podcast. Didn't know so much shit was going to go down before the podcast. But here we go.
I think when we scheduled it, or maybe not. I can't remember when I got the email, but I didn't even know I was banned until Spin posted it because they never responded to me.
It was like right after. It was right after I asked you to come on the show and you were like, yeah, let's go. And then I was like, oh, he's banned from CrossFit.
Crazy.
Were you expecting it? Were you
I guess I wasn't expecting it because I was done competing. So I was like, you know what? They can't ban me. I'm not competing anymore. So I didn't even have that in my brain.
Oh, what? This is the greatest picture ever, by the way.
Sauce to the gills. Yeah. Have any of you idiots seen my body fat percentage? I'm not sauce to the gills. It's ridiculous. I wasn't expecting it because I was like done. And I was talking to Sarah. I had been contemplating being done with competing since after Crash. I was like, I'm done. I didn't even squat. I wasn't squatting after NorCal. And then I didn't really squat at all going into Crash. And I was like, after Crash, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to be healthy. And so I'd been playing around with the idea that whole time. And I had like floated the idea to Sarah. I was like, hey, I might want to try these. I've been thinking about it for my knee. Do you think it would help? And she was like, I'm just going to send you some. And I was like, wait, but I'm going to do the open. So don't send me any. And she sent me some anyways. She's an amazing person. And she was like, well, you know, whether or not you decide to use them is up to you. You don't have to tell me anything. She just sent them to me. And me and Lizzie just kind of left them in our drawer. Like we have a drawer with like ibuprofen and fucking Theraflu. And they just sat in the drawer for like, I don't know, 3 months. And then after the open, I was like, hey, Nick, one of my athletes, Morgan Porter, her husband, Nick, her fiance, is familiar with them and has some experience treating his clients with them. Or at least he said that he would be able to help me reconstitute them and whatever. So when they came for in-affiliate semifinals, we used them, but it was like a month after the open. So I wasn't I don't know. It caught me off guard because I was like, I don't compete anymore. What would they care? You know?
So it wasn't trend. It wasn't because that's like that's what everybody immediately thinks is like, yo, he's on high testosterone or some sort of.
Well, if I was on testosterone, they still wouldn't be able to catch me. I mean, you just the levels like they can't. You're not going to get. Yeah, again, it's just like weird. That's one of those weird ones where you're not probably going to get caught taking it, but an anabolic steroid, you would definitely get caught. So no, it's just BPC 157 and TB 500, which are not even that well researched. It's just kind of like they have a lot of animal studies where they show like really crazy tendon, ligament, bone, and muscle repair from injury. So
what's the number one bummer? The number one bummer is what, you can't put your scores into the open?
I wouldn't even say that because I can just register under 5 different pseudonyms like Hiller. And I plan to, and it's going to be funny them trying to catch me. It's going to be like number 1 score on 24.1, huge anus, unaffiliated. And then it's just going to be a video of me destroying the workout, and they're going to remove it. And then Mike Oxener is going to submit his score after they remove it. And so that's honestly what I'm going to do. So good luck to them trying to catch all of them. That's not even, I don't think that's a bummer because I can still just do the open. I think the biggest bummer is it just gives all of the haters that already hate me ammunition. Like, see, I told you that fucker's on steroids. And I'm just like, it makes me cringe knowing that any dumbasses out there have any additional ammunition. But at the same time, it's kind of like a superpower because all of those people who think that I just suck CrossFit's dick because we're in bed together, they can't say that anymore.
What about the CAC? What about that?
No idea. I haven't heard anything on it.
And so give me the timeline for a second, right? Like Pedro comes to you and is like, hey, let's pump you full of all these peptides so I can make a commercial for you.
I sent that to him.
It's so funny. It's so
good.
I didn't get paid by Sarah. She didn't do any of that. Like she just sent them to me and was so helpful that I was like, honestly, like I want to do this to help her out.
Makes sense.
So I didn't even tell her we were doing it. I just sent it to Peter. I was like, hey, can you make an ad for this?
Did you think at all that when the ad came out, someone or some people or something was gonna like just be pissed off and send it? Someone had to have sent it, right? Like
someone did send it, and I don't know who, but I can speculate. But someone definitely sent it. That I know for a 100% fact. And I'm not just saying that I know it as a fact. Like I know, like I confirmed, no, someone sent it into them. Honestly, when the ad was made again, I was so far removed from like,
That's good. That's good.
yeah, competing. I would say like I was so already accepted the fact that I'm just done competing that I didn't even think twice about it. And I think that more than anything is like it took me a really long time to accept that place that I just need to like just give it a rest and not.
You had already talked about it with us. We had talked about it on the podcast multiple times, and you showed pictures of your knee and what was in your knee, what they took out of your knee, and how you were kind of like, yeah, this is probably it. Like,
and you haven't really been able to squat in a long time, right?
Consistently. Yeah.
Yeah. So like even demonstrating in class and stuff like that, an air squat or like an overhead squat with a PVC, like how, like was that difficult for you too? Or was it mostly when you would put like weight on the bar or a wall ball, that kind of stuff?
It's just the accumulation of how many times and the weight you need to squat at to be competitive, along with running and jumping and double unders and box step overs, etc. All that stuff is just too much for it, like in combination. And then now training at a bit of a lower volume, but also I think with the BPC and me not bouncing at all, squatting's fine. So that's great. I still don't think for a second that if I were to try to compete after taking the BPC, like still bouncing out of a 135 thruster would probably fuck my shit up. So I'm just don't ever need to do that again. But yeah, you're right. I've been thinking really hard about it, and like kind of in my gut knew it was, a time to
that was coming,
up, so to speak. Yeah, just to stop. Like it's either like I hurt myself trying to do something that is really hard to do and cool and admirable, but ultimately, like I'd rather just be able to squat when I'm 100 than say I made it to the games once.
Is there any other sport that if you say you retire that they can keep drug testing you?
I don't know. I mean,
or did you have to just take your name off the list? If you took your name off the list for drug testing, this
is the thing. They didn't drug test me.
Gotcha.
Then I wouldn't have tested positive if they did. It's been like 6 months, or not 6 months, but like 6 weeks or maybe 8 weeks. And I don't even know if they have a test for peptides. So in the emails, it was basically, I said, I'm sorry, guys, can you show me where in the rule book it says I'm not allowed to say that I take peptides? And they're like, Taylor, there's a video of you saying you're taking it. Are you saying that that's not true? And they were basically looking for me to say, no, it's not true. Come drug test me. I appeal. And then, yeah, I would not have been banned. But at the end of the day, it's like not true. I 100% took them and I don't plan to compete. So you're right.
Right.
But just you guys are being fucking dickheads about it. It's like, you can't quit. You're fired.
Right. And especially to you though, right? Like, do you think they would have done that to anybody else, especially to you, to just be like the mouth of the South isn't like,
I don't know. That's a tough one for me. I think the only reason they did it, well, once they found out about it, they did it because it's against the rules. I was signed up for the 2024 Open, and in that competitive season, and I guess even through in affiliate semifinals, I could have posted scores. And so I guess when you check that box and you register for the 2024 Open, you're committing to not using any banned substances during competition or in competition. And I guess you're considered in competition, even though I was done. The Open was over. I was done. It's still in competition. So I think that's where the issue lies. But there are many much bigger names that I don't even want to get into that. It's not about any other people, but no, like I think main thing is someone sent it to them and their hands were tied. And also you're not allowed to take that. Yeah. You're not allowed to take that and compete, which is fine. But I don't think they should consider 1 second like what my name is or who I am or I've stood by them or not. No, you're not allowed to take BPC and compete. You're not allowed to take peptides and compete, and that's that. I just think it was weird that I said I was done competing and they sent that email. I think they just have their heads up their asses. The email I sent back to them was crazy. I fucked their shit up.
How many times, like, did you just take it that one time to see what it would do for that commercial? And then have you taken it since then?
I took it for 6 weeks. So it was 2 shots a week for 2 weeks at a certain dosage, 2 shots a week for 2 weeks at a little bit lower dosage, and then 1 shot a week for 2 weeks at that same dosage. And I'm going to do that again. And like Sarah's sending me some more. So I'm going to do it again. My knee's been feeling a lot better. So I'm just going to do it again and hope that it stays resilient. Right now I can run really far. Squat a couple times a week and I don't have
feeling better. It is feeling better.
I mean, I can tell I've had 3 surgeries on it, but it's not swelling up. It's not, getting inflamed, etc.
Okay.
No, Mason.
Where are we going?
No, Jan. They're asking if I'm taking it every day. No, I wasn't taking it every day. I wasn't taking it by pill, and the shots were relatively pain-free, but like the next day I could tell I'd gotten a shot. So I wasn't like taking it every day. I wasn't just going full fucking, I wanted to keep training too. And that was the recommendation for the acute protocol from one of the guys from Biomax. And I wanted to start kind of conservative. So that was a conservative for me.
You're going full Jose Canseco.
What's that?
Let's write a book. Oh, you don't remember the baseball players, the Bash brothers, whatever? That like it was Canseco and who's the other guy that went? He was a redhead too. Forget his name, but yeah, they went full steroids. That was the Roger Clemens era. Like it was just they were humongous with
Mark McGuire, Barry Bonds.
Yeah, yep. Mark McGuire and Canseco.
Some people were asking that if you're not competing, why not go full steroids? Why not go all the way?
Well, I'm sober and steroids are a mood and mind altering substance. So for me, I would consider that a relapse. They just make you fucking crazy. And I'd have no desire to have any sort of that. I also don't feel like I'm not competing. Why would I need them then? You know what I mean? I guess you're competing and you want to cheat to win. You need them maybe. If you're good enough, you don't need them, but I don't, the only end game or thing I'm looking to get out of this is my need to feel better. So I don't think I need anything else to be honest, I don't even know that I need that. It could have been the 6 months that I just didn't squat and I focus on range of motion. Like it could be that more than anything else. No idea. But
what is this? Explain this to me. I always need help when it comes to pillar posts and being up to date. Joshua Alshama?
This guy's the biggest fucking douche.
What is this? And this is obviously about you. Yeah. But then there's some Diet Coke down here. Did he like try
at Wadapalooza in 2022? Maybe it wasn't last year, but the year before last. We're at Wadapalooza and he was on a podcast with Peter. Yeah, here we go.
Hold on, sorry.
Coca-Cola. CrossFit might hate me for saying this. There's this whole war on soda. Let's bring in Coca-Cola. CrossFit might hate me consume because of the way they have to live. But why isn't a can of Coke healthy?
Oh my God, are you fucking stupid?
Why isn't a can of Coke healthy?
Oh, I don't know why.
We're having a big problem right now in health and fitness in general, not just CrossFit. There's this whole play on like you can only do this. Well, there's no such thing as good or bad foods. It's just moderation. God. It's how you handle it.
Tell that to an alcoholic.
We're having a big problem.
That's fair. That's amazing.
Hey, it's the 38 grams of sugar in a fucking 12-ounce can. That's why it's bad for you, dumbass. Anyway, so I basically said all of that. When he did that podcast, that live podcast with Peter, I basically commented, responded, and like put on my story. I was like, this guy's probably one of the dumbest people in CrossFit. He has no idea what he's talking about. You shouldn't be taking any advice from him. He's a fucking idiot. And I probably was even harsher than that. And I don't take any of that back. Like, that's wild to me to sit up on a stage talking to someone who's, I don't want to say Peter was newer to CrossFit. I'm not sure he had his level 1 at the time. And you're an athlete that people look up to. And you're telling people to drink Coca-Cola and there's no such thing as good and bad foods.
That was like the number one thing when I got up to, because at one point I got up to like probably 260 pounds and I'm 6 feet tall as a female. So I was big.
Yeah.
And the first thing I did was just cut out drinking calories.
Huge.
And
That's
it
the first
didn't
thing I did to
even,
lose weight.
I wasn't working out yet. I was just going for walks and I cut out like empty calories basically.
Yep.
I mean, we used to have the V8 juice in this house
Oh,
all
yeah.
the time. We used to have cases of soda in this house and like
ginger ale, just
ale,
nonstop ginger ale, all the
ginger
time.
ale. And that was one of the things that when I gained all my weight when we first got married, I used to drink soda all the time. I never would drink water. It just wasn't, even when I was younger, dancing and competing competitively and dancing and all that stuff, I would just drink soda all the time. I rarely drank water. And that was the first thing that I cut out too, was soda. And honestly, like, I used to have a craving for it, obviously because of the sugar. But I don't even want it anymore. It's very rare that I might grab like a small can of soda. And even after a couple, like Coca-Cola, won't touch it. Like a ginger ale or a Sprite once in a while, I'll have that. But even a sip of Coke, I'm like, ugh.
It's heavy.
It's heavy. I used to drink vanilla Coke.
Oh,
that just makes my stomach turn.
Cherry vanilla Coke.
Cherry, cherry vanilla.
I drank like 6 Dr. Peppers a day. I'm not saying, hey, you can't ever do that. But to say that soda isn't bad for you and that there's no such thing as good or bad foods, it's just factually not true at all. There are things that people put in food that you ingest into your body that are fucking terrible for you. RFK's right now trying to get all these food dyes out of food because it's horrible for you. There are crops that are sprayed with glyphosate, horrible for you. There's seed oils and foods, horrible for you. A burger from McDonald's, horrible for you. And look at Mason Mitchell in the comments. It's all about nuance. Hey, the nuance, dude, is that an apple is good for you and a fucking Coke is bad, Mason. I'm going to take all of my pent-up aggression out on you right now if you try to keep up this bullshit charade.
But isn't that...
But the argument is, well, you guys drink energy drinks all the time. You guys down C4s all the time. Isn't that the same thing?
Huh? They're sober. They're horrible for you, I'm sure. I haven't drank one in like at least 3 weeks.
I thought you were going to say in like 3 hours.
No. I'm actually trying to stop drinking them, but they are bad for you for sure. Oh yeah, all the chemicals in them. I mean, it's like anybody who drinks alcohol. Like, hey, drinking alcohol is probably not, generally speaking, not good for you. Most people who drink alcohol, I think even most Americans, like some insane stat, admit to like having drink and drive before. Would you say that's good for you? Just because everyone's done it, does drinking and driving now good for you, Mason?
No, it's not good for you.
Yeah.
Hey, it makes driving fun, Mason.
Oh shit!
It's like, what? That doesn't make it good for you, dumbass. It tastes good. Doesn't make it good for you. So I don't know. I just think that there is nuance to his statement. Like, is drinking a Coke going to kill Joshua Alkama? Probably not. He works out enough so that it's not going to have an effect on him. But should Peter's on a weight loss journey, should he be hearing that, hey, Coke is fine in moderation? Fuck no. He should be drinking water and black coffee and maybe some milk.
Maybe some milk.
I mean, damn, it's just so anyways, I went off on him about that, and clearly he hasn't let that go, that resentment. And he saw that post to me, and it was just, he was fucking foaming at the mouth. So
hey, why do they always get into these like internet wars and then they go private? Like it's like their shit goes private. Like, you obviously want to get into the fight. You want to say shit. You want to have shit to say. You put up all of this. Hiller finds it. Hiller puts it on his page.
He didn't even tag me.
Oh, rude.
So rude. I had no idea he's over there talking shit till I saw Hiller's video. I was like, oh wow, I'm gonna ass pound this guy.
I never understood that. If you want the heat. And obviously they're going for it. They know what you're going to do afterwards. It's not like they don't know you or Hiller or anybody. You know what I mean? They know what's going to happen afterwards.
He's like the kid who throws a punch and gets knocked out and goes, ah! Like, dude, what? you threw the first punch, son. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, and it is so interesting to me because you're the team in its entirety. You, JR, Hiller, Savon, like you guys have such a bigger following. It's such a bigger spread to be able to have these conversations and stuff like that. If somebody doesn't agree with you, so many people just don't reach out and say, hey, Taylor, listen, I disagree with you. Like, let's chat. And I think it's such a missed opportunity because if we're really trying to understand, if we're really trying to keep the sport, everybody's rooting for CrossFit, let's get people healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that it's this, I want attention for something, but you guys would give them the biggest amount of attention.
Yeah.
Putting it in a story and having a couple hundred people see it is one thing, but going on Sev's platform with you, having a conversation with you and Sev, it's going to be thousands of people.
Ben, don't you think that would be a bigger impact? Like if he
That's
did,
what I'm saying. Yeah.
Well, we did it with Tanner Shuck. It's not like we haven't had people that we disagree with on. And I think, unfortunately for Tanner Shuck, we did that podcast episode and he blocked me, he blocked Taylor, he blocked Sevon because he made himself look like a dumbass. And I think probably in a lot of situations, people on the other side are wrong. But at the same time, the way I communicate things and the way I come across on Kill Taylor, I'm not claiming to be right. And that's like everyone's cup of tea. There's going to be a huge cohort of people that do not want to hear any of that. And that's fine. And I'm not pretending that what I'm doing is the right thing. I'm just kind of talking exactly how I would talk in a room with Peter, Savon, Hiller, and Bryson, trying to make fun of someone and hurt their feelings. And that's, that's just the kind of comedy it is. But it's, so I think there's that side of it where people think that's all that we are. And whatever. I also think there's probably, since private equity took CrossFit over, there was like this surge of, I don't want to say, I don't know, maybe not woke, but the goalpost moved from, hey, this is for anyone, but not for everyone, to we're going to move the goalposts for anyone who wants to try this so that it's exactly what you want it to be, instead of, hey, this is the hardest thing you're ever going to do. If you can't do anything hard, it's not for you. And that's what I think the powerful thing about CrossFit and why it can change so many lives is because when people get to the point where they're ready to step through that door and do the hardest thing they've ever done, they've already done the hardest thing they've ever done. They've made that decision. Hey, I'm ready. And then anything after that's like cake. You just get them on a roll. But we have so many people now that think the space, like, you can't say a bad word. You can't comment on an athlete's body. You can't say this athlete sucked in that event, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, dude, I wouldn't like, could you even imagine what kind of hate mail a fucking starting pitcher gets on an MLB team?
Yeah, it's anything, any sport.
Like, and hey, I'm not sending people death threats and hate mail either. I'm just saying that athlete sucks or they're a dumbass. Like, that's really not bad in the grand scheme of life. So
that's what Angel Reese is doing right now. She's like, hey, don't criticize me. Don't criticize me. I'm just out. Like, you're a public figure playing a pretty public sport. I mean, it's the WNBA, but you and Caitlin Clark are managing to get a ton of eyeballs on it. And now you don't want to be criticized. Now you just you don't want anybody to say anything negative about you.
Hey, your family's going to criticize you. You can't fucking go anywhere in life without being criticized. Maybe that's it. It's like, there's this group of people who think any criticism is bad. And if you're saying something that isn't positive and uplifting, that everything out of your mouth needs to be positive and uplifting. And while I do subscribe to the fact that living your life with a perspective of how can I make the most of this? How can I be a better person? How can I use this to grow? How can I use this to my advantage? That's really important. I don't subscribe to everything in life is positive and uplifting. Hey, if you make a mistake, you should feel like shit about it. Sometimes shame is warranted. If you do something really, really bad, you should be ashamed of it. And that shame will cause you to not do that something bad again. And maybe 20 people telling you what you did was fucking stupid. So, there's like, that's an element of life too. So
You know, a lot of people grew up with parents who cared about their feelings, and it shows.
I mean,
That's
for
fair.
real.
My grandfather didn't. We sat down and watched my basketball tape all the time, and he told me how every fuck up I made. So, and it was fine. I just went out and fixed the fuck up. No big
Oh,
deal.
I did it. I was the opposite. Well, my dad was the same way, but I was like, fuck, I hate baseball now. Everything I
no.
do sucks.
Oh no.
That was me. Hey, so, but now I
We-
like, hey, criticism is good. You got to be able to know what you did wrong, how to make it better.
Yeah, it is this notion of people want to say a lot of things and they don't want to be wrong or admit that they might have been wrong or maybe thought one way, now they think a different way. It's like you can't you think it's almost like people are like fighting to show this persona of themselves versus like who they really are? Like, when you're in school and you feel like you have to fit in with the crowd, so you have to dress a certain way, act a certain way, but that's really not who you are, but you feel like you have to really put on the costume and really be this person to fit into this crowd. And then as you start to get older, there's some of us that are just like, hey, this is just who I am. Take it or leave it. I'm going to say things. I might be wrong. I might be right. I might disagree. We might agree. And it's cool. It is what it is.
I don't know that. I think a lot of people can't handle the thought of people not liking them. And they, I don't know, I guess for whatever reason, they want everyone to like them.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's probably it. That's probably a big element. Jake's asking if I've ever seen The Last Kingdom with Orlando Bloom and Liam Neeson. Is that the one you're talking about?
He's talking about, you're talking about the Viking show, right? It's with Ragnar Lothbrok. It's about Vikings. The Last Kingdom is a series on no, there's a movie called The Last Kingdom.
Yeah.
That you're thinking of. I'm pretty sure he's talking about Vikings.
I was talking
Maybe
about the
I'm
movie.
wrong.
I like the movie's a great movie. It's about like the Knights Templar and shit.
Oh shoot, where was I going? Where were we at?
No, this can't handle people not liking them, and it shows you can't make everybody happy. Yeah, I mean, I went through that. I went through that phase of wanting everybody to like me and feeling like that I needed to, especially when I was coaching. Do you ever feel that as a coach? Like I think I went from I want everybody to like me to I need to show up for them and sometimes be a very uncomfortable person in their life to help them realize what they can do and realize that the hard things are going to make them better.
I don't think I've had CrossFit was right. I was thinking of Kingdom of Heaven. It's a totally different.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, we're talking about Outrage, son of Outrage. Like that's good.
So I don't know, coaching. I just think it's a completely different hat that I have on. Like anyone that wants my help, I'll do whatever I can to help them. And so usually when I'm coaching someone, there's this either very explicit or implicit element of, hey, I want your help me. So that's like all I try to focus on, coaching a class, coaching someone in the Fitter chat or on Sentinel, whatever. And I don't ever really think of whether do they like me or not. I just try to do my best and I really care about helping them. And I think that's the most important part of being a coach is people feeling that you care. And I'm a very emotional and passionate person, and it's impossible for people not to feel that when I'm coaching. So I think that's what lends well to me coaching. And I think it maybe throws some people for a loop who I have coached and then they see like Kill Taylor or something different. And they're like, oh, he doesn't act like that in a class. Like, yeah, I'm not in a class trying to make everyone laugh and put you guys down. That's not the point of a class. The point of a class is me teaching you how to be better. The whole point of that show is you call in, and if you beat me, you get money, but you have to stand the ridicule while you're beating me.
Yeah.
And so, it's kind of just like the humor that we enjoy and some people enjoy. It's definitely not for everyone, but it's just different. And, I think people think that social media also needs to be this, like, some girl was like, some dude was like, what did he admit to? And I commented and I was like, I admitted to porking your mom. And then someone in the comments goes, I can't believe a husband coach and leader would say something like that. I was like, are you fucking what? Are you tripping? Like, you gotta relax, dude.
That
but
all
yeah,
came down from the from like the Trump derangement syndrome. Like because I was like that too, and I'm sure, and I don't like Trump's locker room talk at all, but somehow I enjoy listening to your locker room talk on Kill Taylor. I don't know how.
I think their locker room talk.
Yeah,
is
I
worse.
don't know
Way
how
worse.
that
Way
came.
worse.
Way
No,
worse.
on the
Yeah.
shows, not.
Yeah.
I'm not in your chats. I'm on
No.
the shows.
No, on the shows, it's way worse than Trump's. Trust
Oh.
me, it's horrible. I get what you're saying, but hey, also Trump's a president. Like, he is in a position, and the platforms that he's generally using to talk,
You shouldn't be
aren't
saying that's it.
right.
Yeah.
He's not doing a stand-up. His whole, the fucking State of the Union address isn't kill Tony or kill Taylor. So I get
All right,
that.
I'm
I get
gonna
not
try
liking
this. I'm gonna try this. We'll see what happens right now.
it.
Hello. Am I
All
getting?
right, can you guys hear me?
Who's it? Oh, is this Gabe?
Noodles is in the house. What's up, dude? Long time.
Yeah. No, so how you guys doing? Hope everyone's doing good. The locker room talk thing. I think you could be encouraging with locker room talk. I don't think that I think the reason why people shy away from it is because they feel like they're going to get in trouble. So like everyone like basically lies instead of telling the truth. And we're friendly to one another. I don't think that's like, I think that's kind of cheap.
I do think there are
like
words that people hear, like when they hear a particular word, they're like, "Oh, that is specifically to hurt X and X's feelings." And I get that, but people take that like way too far. Like giving words
it's
power.
like I wake up every morning. Right. I wake up every morning and like I got to watch what I say now. It's like, it's really weird. I don't know. If you want the truth, let people say what they want. And, if it hurts your feelings, don't ever talk to them again. They're probably not worth talking to. But anyway, I love you guys. And I'm doing the whole rage bait thing, by the way, against blacks and gays. So, I'm kidding, right? I love you guys.
Oh, dude, I don't even pay attention to that because we just want to like you. So we don't even watch your YouTube stuff. So we can make sure that.
Rage bait. Love it.
Love it, though.
All right. Well, I love you guys. Bye.
Love you too. Later.
I'm like an aggressive fucking freshwater fish with rage bait. Like as soon as somebody gets me the rage bait, I'm like all over it and I'm getting raged out.
Yes, Jeremy.
I'm an easy target.
Taylor is also a ginger, so yes.
Taylor's also black for
Damn.
sure.
When I was a kid, I wished I was black.
I think. Well, we all wanted to be part of hip hop. We all wanted to be able.
That's
to sing
exactly what it was.
Like
I had a MySpace and my profile picture had this Echo Unlimited hoodie.
Yeah.
And I was like 12. So like I had the hoodie thrown and I had this BB gun fucking pistol.
Yeah, man.
I thought I was the game. I thought I was like 50 Cent. I was this fat ass little
Oh,
ginger.
sure, you said the game. Yes.
Yeah.
That's literally, hey, it was my favorite rapper. Anyways, that's what that was.
They were
Listen,
so good.
I am half black, and I still wanted to be black when I was in high school. It would have been amazing. It would have been cool.
So that's another thing that crazes me is people like I don't know. I get like
Eat rabbit. No, let's go. We can go into the. Oh, hey, can we just do one more CrossFit thing before we get into what we always like to talk about on the show?
Trump.
But Colleen and I have played a fun game with Spins posts
Okay.
recently, and it's called Unhinged or Nah. So we just go to
No, I thought it was bothered.
or outraged or nah.
Outrage or not.
To see if people will, whatever post he puts up, to see if people are going to get outraged in the comments by it or not before it like starts. So
been
here's the
killing.
one. I said that people were going to be fucking outraged by this, but I don't actually think that they were. Maybe a little bit. But I thought they were going to be outraged by this.
Oh.
The WFP finals to feature swim.
No, I think no outrage because it's WFP. Everybody's gonna be like, oh, they're gonna do such a great job. Yeah.
There wasn't. I thought there would be outrage, and yeah, nobody cares. Like, and there really wasn't.
Oh, there's Chad Mueller finding a reason to be outraged. He
I
created the world's biggest media company in CrossFit.
What? Where?
That's a joke.
Okay, I was like,
I
what?
was like, wait.
He
There's-
started the Be Friendly Fitness brand, and so that was one of his goals was to make that the
Oh.
biggest media brand in CrossFit. Sorry, bro.
Gotcha.
Failure.
Gotcha. So yeah, that was one of them. The other one was the The Taylor self.
Outrage for sure.
I figured it would be outrage.
Yeah.
Rage.
Yeah.
That comment section's a cesspool. It's so
Cool.
good.
Oh my gosh. Allegedly. I love this lately, how you guys are all like, allegedly.
Oh, that's my thing, because someone threatened to sue me for defamation.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I haven't talked about this on any of the shows. Yeah, some powerful guy allegedly threatened to sue me to ruin my life in a defamation lawsuit.
Oh my God. For you talking shit online?
Yeah, I think they said that they were going to throw as much money as they could at the situation and just try to like bog me down and, you know.
I don't even know how that would work. They can't kick you offline.
No, they would just assume it would be a civil suit for money.
Oh,
For
wow.
losses, damages and losses. Although they wouldn't be able to prove any of that, so it wouldn't actually, they wouldn't win the civil suit. It would just be to ruin my life. Quote, those were the, alleged words, ruin my life.
Oh my God. People have too much time on their hands.
Kenneth is right. Rhymes with queef.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, jeez.
Damn. We've asked Dents this, or Jenny. Hey Jenny, what's up? Jenny Dents updates. We've asked her this in a podcast before. I'm curious what you would say is, do you even mind being the villain in somebody's stories? Like I know
I don't care.
That's what I thought.
Oh, I'm the villain in so many people's stories. But like, I don't know. I think that the crazy thing is, it warmed my heart when Peter said this to Dave, and I do feel like I am this way. And I don't necessarily even really try to be this way. It's just the way my mom and dad both were. But like, I'm the most shirt off my back type of person. Like if somebody needs help, like I'll drop whatever it is and help anyone, especially my best friends and people I'm loyal to. But like any member of the gym needs help. Any person on Sentinel needs help. Like anyone who I am remotely even acquainted with, I want to help them. But also, I'm not going to cater to everyone. I'm not going to change what I think is funny. I'm not going to put a filter on what I say to make everyone comfortable and to make all of everyone else's feelings okay. One of my favorite like sayings that Andy used to say a lot, he doesn't say it much anymore, but he always used to say, like, it's impossible to please everybody. It's really easy to piss everyone off. And, I'm going to have an easy day today.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. I mean, the everyday people that are on Sentinel, you check in with them. Yeah. Like you and I hadn't talked for a little bit or whatever. And you were like, hey, I sent you some videos and you were like, these look great. Gave me some tips. And then you're like, hey, how's your back? Yeah. And those, and I'm a coach very much like you. I remember those things, right. So I see someone that maybe it's not a personal training client that I have, but I'm at the gym that I work at. And I remember so-and-so, came in and he's got fucked up knees. I haven't seen him in 3 months. Hey, dude, how's your knees? How you feeling? Or give them something quick. I have, there's a boxing trainer that's here for July and he's getting ready to compete or he's getting ready to have a match. And he was asking me today, he's like, hey, I'm really like, I know you're big into mobility. He's like, my traps are super tight, obviously from boxing and training and stuff like that. Do you have any tips that you would? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to be at the gym tomorrow. Give me 5 minutes. I'll show you 2 or 3 easy things that you can do literally just to loosen up your shoulders and try to relax your traps. And you can bring a band with you and you can take this to every, match that you have and do this before you start training. I'm a lot like you where it doesn't have to be this grandiose thing, but these small things are because you care and you want people to do well and you want people to be successful. And I'm an everyday person that does Sentinel a couple times when I can, because now my schedule is really busy, but doing Sentinel, and I haven't shared this with you, but doing Sentinel, I did my first CrossFit class last week. I actually went into the CrossFit gym that I was doing open gym and I was doing Sentinel in, and I went in and I did a class.
Nice.
And I just was like, I want to be around people. I don't want to have to think about it. I want that extra push. And it was rowing and wall balls. And I wasn't going to go because of my back. And I was like, no, I can do this. It's fine. 250. It was on a 3-minute clock, 2 minutes of work, 1 minute of rest, 250 row. And then in the remaining of the 2 minutes before the rest, as many wall balls as you can.
Good work.
And then the second round was 250 row and then as many push-ups as you can.
Oh, I like that.
So and I think it was like 4 or 5 rounds. I don't remember how many rounds it was. Wall balls, and I did a lighter wall ball. I did 12 pounds instead of 14. Anywhere between 1 and 6, I could feel it in my back. But I was just like, how have I learned to move through this again? I took it, I would toss it, I would catch it, I would breathe, I would brace, I would take it super slow, and I would explode on the way up. By the time I got to 6, my back was okay. And I was able to, I got 20 each time because I was able to pick up the pace and whatever. We won't talk about my push-ups. I could barely get 10, but that's a whole nother fucking story.
That's a me thing.
That's a whole nother fucking story. But doing Sentinel for the little bit of time that I was doing it before and talking with you and paying attention to my back and how does it feel and adjusting here and getting strong here and don't do these, push this and whatever. Just with those simple conversations that you and I have had, I walked into a fucking CrossFit class and I took the class and I felt great and I wasn't immobile the next day, which is the bigger success for me than anything else.
Yeah.
I was able to move the next day. Was I sore? Sure. But not the way that I was before we started working together. And it just, those little things
Matter.
make a difference.
It's huge.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the fun stuff. I saw the entire podcast on
Listen,
Saturday.
has his own ideas. Some of these workouts are awful.
And we had the little cheating thing that just happened.
Taylor takes the shirt off his back to wipe up Bryson.
To wipe off his low back.
His face.
Little east side, little tap tap.
Oh,
jeez.
My undies. He uses my undies.
Oh, Bryson. I have to DM Bryson.
Chin.
Girl, we got here. Good. This is perfect. I wanted to ask you we had the little cheating thing that y'all chit-chatted about on Saturday. And I was on your side. I was bros before hoes. Like if your buddy gets cheated on and you're coaching that person, you just can't coach that person.
You
anymore.
got to
Yeah.
Like,
go.
You can't do that.
You
And I'm
got
not
to
even being
go.
nice about it. I'm like,
Like, but I will ask you, do you think there's a difference in the severity of it if you're married or if you're not? I thought about that a lot.
yeah, I definitely, at the end of the day, like, there's definitely a difference in the severity, 100%. Just like there's a difference in severity of killing someone. Did you kill somebody cold-blooded murder, or did
Defending
you
yourself.
kill Hitler?
Oh, right.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I definitely think there's a difference in severity. I think once you marry someone, you make a lifelong commitment, period. And like, you know, for me, like I'm committed to Lizzie for life. I love her no matter what. And you know, I guess no matter what, unless she cheated on me, like that's,
Yeah.
you know, but we're committed to each other forever. And that just means that like, no matter what, like it's me and her. And that means no matter what, no cheating. No matter what, we're together. So like, to me, that's like a bond that once you like go back on it, it's not like you can never be forgiven as a person, I guess. But that person, I don't think ever needs to forgive you, or at least not in the sense where like you stay together. For me, like if that were to happen to me, and it never will, but like, okay, I wouldn't think that my spouse like deserves a horrible rest of their life, but I'll never forgive them when we're done.
Yes.
You just crossed the boundary and that's it.
You-
Whereas
You can't ever imagine, like for me, it would more just be like, I would always have that image in my mind of someone else touching her.
right.
And that would destroy me. I would
Yeah.
not be able to overcome
Not even
that.
touching. I have a vivid imagination. So like, yeah, fucking the shit out of her. I'm like, I can't. You're pouring me like milk, and I'm thinking of you getting fucking blasted. You can't. It's done. Maybe that's my own personal defect, but like, I just can't.
No.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's also like a mortal sin. Like, it's just fucked up. It's like you lied and broke a commitment, like the deepest commitment, I think. And that being said, like I have a best friend who's like almost every girl he's dated, he's cheated on her. I'm like, dude, I love him.
Yeah.
He's my best friend, but like, fuck, you know, but I'm not going to not be his best friend. He's never cheated on me. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right,
We're not,
right,
you
yeah,
know,
right.
but like, yeah.
So we're talking
I-
about Bryson. Hey, Bryson,
No,
stop
it's
it.
not
No, I'm just
Bryson.
kidding.
I promise you, it's not Bryson. But it.
I'm just kidding, Maris. I'm sorry. I was just kidding.
But it's like, yeah. So I don't know. I definitely know people who have done it, and I love them. But if someone did it to me, you know, you don't need to go jump off a bridge or anything. But I'm never talking to you again.
Like and two in your 20s, like I think you're just figuring it out in your 20s, and you're kind of shitty in your 20s. Like I know I definitely was shitty in my 20s, my early 20s. I was definitely shitty.
I
And
slept with a girl who was engaged, and when I was like 18, you know,
it's
and
just,
I knew it, you know. So
Yep.
like that's like I don't know. I mean, you make mistakes and you fuck up, but like to your point, if you're young and you're not in a marriage, like yeah, it sucks. It sucks, but like I think probably if you cheated on someone, you probably shouldn't be married, or you know what? I don't know.
that's the thing that made it like, okay, at least you're not married. You don't share property. You don't share a child. You don't share, like, you can just go back to your house and it's over, and you can cry about it or be upset about it or whatever and move on. You're married. You kind of just destroyed somebody's entire future.
Right. You fucked them.
Yeah.
Especially if you have kids. Like, because what example did you just give your kids?
Yeah.
Like you basically just told them that the most important commitment you can make to someone, you can go back on. It doesn't
Right.
matter.
Yeah.
And it's also too, like, it's always frustrating for me to hear, and again, this is obviously since I've been married or whatever, is that they just were unhappy. And so they went to go find happiness, excitement, or something somewhere else. And I'm like, but if your marriage actually meant something to you, go see a fucking therapist. Like, go to couples therapy. Like, you were so unhappy in your marriage that you wanted to hurt the person that you were unhappy with, versus going and sitting down and having a very honest conversation, kind of circling back to what we were talking about before. Like, people don't want to hear the truth. People don't want to be disappointed. People don't want to be told that something that you did makes me feel this way. Like, you don't want to be told those. You don't want the hard truth. But you'd go cheat on somebody. You'd go sleep with somebody. You'd have an emotional relationship with somebody. Like, you're willing to go talk to someone else about me, but not me about me. Like, that for me is always like, well, I just wasn't happy. So I needed to go get happy.
What if she's like, what if she's having a conversation with another dude about you and she's just like, oh, but he's just my best friend. Like, I can't see that as just being her best friend. Like, you're having conversations about our marriage with somebody else and it's not me, like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. That would be tough for me because, like, I feel like I'm supposed to be your best friend, Taylor.
Yeah. Right. Hey, no, I get what you mean there too. I think between spouses and in a marriage, like, you have an obligation and a duty to tell your spouse when you're unhappy with them and when they're doing something that's pissing you off. And maybe you have that conversation. At the end of it, you realize it's your fault for getting pissed off. It's not their fault. What they're doing is not wrong, but it's your problem for getting upset about it. Maybe that's the scenario, or maybe what they're doing is actually wrong and you guys can find a way to solve it. But that's the obligation and the commitment you make when you get married, is that when there's a problem, you guys solve it together. And it could be uncomfortable, but dodging that discomfort to lie and break the commitment is 1,000,000,000 times worse than the, brief discomfort it takes to tell your spouse that what they're doing is pissing you off. So I definitely agree that me and Lizzie make an effort. I don't even know if it's like a concerted effort. It's just kind of natural. Like, I don't talk shit about her to people.
Yes.
Period.
Yep.
And she doesn't about me. And sometimes we disagree in front of people. Like, we got into a fight one time in front of Bryson. Me and Bryson were overworking, and I can't remember, it was about like we were trying to fix our couch or something. And it just really fucking pissed me off that she started it, or that it got started while me and Bryson were working, because she wasn't going to be able to do it herself or something. I don't know. And I was at fault for getting pissed off about it. But we weren't like sitting there calling each other names and stuff in front of Bryson. I was just like, whatever. Just, we were pissed at each other. But there's like a difference between that and having a disagreement in front of someone else, or having a disagreement in general, which we definitely even make a concerted effort to like never fight in front of people too. But
your wife doesn't just have a face that when she looks at you, she's like pissed and we're going to handle this later. Like, my wife just has a face where, like, she'll give me that face, and I'm like, okay, well, we're gonna have a big conversation when we get home. We're not gonna do it now, and then that's how it's.
I give Lizzie that face. That's the I give the face, and then
It must be
yeah.
she gives
Redhead
me the
face.
face sometimes
but
too.
I can't say that because Lizzie's a redhead too. So
She gives me the face too sometimes. But I would say we are both so comfortable with Bryson. It was like, whatever. We're just gonna fucking fight it out right now. But like, yeah, that's a between you type of thing, I think. And like, yeah, I want Lizzie to have friends that she can go and talk to and like vent to me about when she needs to. But yeah, I don't even really ever vent. I haven't vented about Lizzie since we've been married. Like it's always been
You vent to her.
Right. We have
about her.
Yeah.
Exactly.
About her.
We have the conversation between each other. And there was this really cool moment. I think there was like this podcast, and there were these girls on this podcast, and they were just all talking shit about their spouses on the show. And it was like, maybe they were being facetious, but it was also kind of a gross look. It's like, you guys are just disparaging your fucking husbands and boyfriends. And it was sent to our group. And I was like, damn, I don't think I've ever heard anyone in this group ever say anything bad about their spouse. And like, not like, I know it. I haven't heard it ever. And I was proud of that. And I told all the guys in there, I was like, hey, I'm really proud to be your friends. I've never heard a single one of you say anything bad about your spouse. And that's a really good example to set for someone like me who's younger and newly married. I've never heard any of them do it, and I've never done it. And maybe if I'd be in a friend group where all they do is talk shit about their wives, like I'd feel like that was cool to do. But
yeah, did you see
that's
that?
why I couldn't.
Big Mike did it. Big Mike does it on her podcast. She like
Really?
goes ham about Barack all the time, dude.
Really?
Oh my God, it's so bad. I stopped watching it. I haven't watched it in a while, but like her and her brother just shit on him like the entire podcast.
Like, what do they say? Like, what? Like, give me an example.
They're just like, I don't want my sons to. She was one of the clips. She doesn't want her son or her daughters to end up like him. Like she wants her daughters to be stronger than he has ever been. Shit like that. Like it's weird. It's very weird, dude.
That is weird.
So yeah, no, I couldn't do that.
That's why I don't hang out with certain mom groups. Because they do is bitch about their husbands.
What show was hard to watch?
The one that Taylor was talking about.
Oh, okay.
Like they just bitch and complain about their husbands so much, and they look at me and be like, they're like, you know what I'm talking about? I'm like, I don't. I'm like, I don't know if it's because we're two women, but like Garrett and I are not like that. Like I like to spend time with her. I'm not just with her because she provides and protects and gives us the life that we have. Like I like spending time with her. We like hanging out with each other. You guys can't stay, like you don't even like your husband.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And
I don't think
it's
just because you guys are girls, because that's how me and Lizzie are, and that's how Stefan and Haley are, and that's how whatever Bryson and Maris are.
Yeah,
it just says, I don't know. You guys have a really good relationship, and it's admirable. And a lot of people get into marriages, and I don't know. They probably don't have any business being in that marriage. You're not with your best friend. You're not.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, you can make the effort to make that person your best friend too. Like you guys can grow together. It takes a lot of work, and
it does take a lot of work. People don't
work.
understand that at all. It's just like it's supposed to be like it is in the movies. Like, bro, it's not the movies.
Especially when you're together for so long, and then you add jobs and you add children and you add all these type of things, and then you're like, oh, well, we have a kid or we have two kids, because I wanted a really big family, so I want two to 5 kids.
She said 5. Don't let her lie. She didn't say 2 to 5. She said when we got together, she wanted 5 kids. I was like, yo.
And she looked at me and she said, 5's kind of a lot. And I would like to actually hang out with you. And I would actually like to have a relationship with you and spend time with you versus us both being either at work, or you being with the kids and I'm at work and then I'm at home with the kids and you're at work. Like, but these these women that I've heard or whatever, they just expect that their relationship is going to be exactly what it was when you first get together. Again, when you don't have the careers or you don't have the children and whatever, now you put all that stuff in there and you have to figure out what life looks like now with kids.
Yeah, life's way different 8 years into having little G than it was the first 5 years that we were together.
Mm-hmm.
I do not agree with Jeremy. Also, marriage is fucking stupid. I think marriage is the greatest thing
No.
ever because you have a teammate that like you guys, hey, on your own. I think it's like the classic adage of like, alone you don't go so far, and together, I don't know, together you go further. Where like when you have two people like focused and centered on the same mission, and that could just be raising a family, or it could be growing a business together, or it could be living an amazing life. Like you go so much further, and you have someone to share it with, and you have someone you can depend on. People go through like ups and downs of success and failure and hard and good times, and you have someone who can help you when you're down, and there's someone you can help when they're down. I think that's, I don't know. It's
Same,
like probably
Mitchell.
it's like one of the most amazing things ever is to just have a person to share it with.
I get what you're saying about the government contract part is stupid. I could care less about it other than the fact that it just protects my wife and then also protects me from whatever. But I could do without it, just to say I love you and I'm going to be with you for the rest of my life, and I promise I'll never I could do that and be fine and be happy. All right, let's get into, we're going to round it out with the conspiracy theories from the week. And no one's talked about this yet. And before you have to roll away, I really want to know, what did you think about, there's nothing on the Epstein files. There's no Epstein files. Nothing happened. There's nothing. Why are we talking about Epstein? Like, why are we still talking about Epstein? Isn't that what Trump said?
I hate that. I'm super disappointed in him. I think the things that hey, egg prices are down and we aren't in a war. And it turns out maybe bombing Iran was a good thing. I don't fucking know. The border's sealed up and free speech maybe isn't as close to being at risk, and you have more medical freedom or this or that. And like, there's a lot of spending cuts that have happened.
Oh, and guys aren't in girls'
right
and sports and shit.
So that's all good, but like those are like, aside from the border, those are like hey, I don't know, man. The spending thing with the big beautiful bill and continuing to send as much money as we possibly can to like Ukraine and Israel and fully fucking flopping on the Epstein thing. I don't know.
Yeah, that was a big, Judy, you're right. That was a big ass disappointment.
It's just,
but I would ask you this,
dude, the guy's a fucking pedophile sex trafficker. Just out everyone. Fucking burn it down. That's what the American people voted for.
But so then that begs to the question, who are we burning down? Because obviously, and somebody said it, I think it was a meme I saw. It was like, oh, big shocker, pedophiles aren't releasing.
I did that. I put
was that
Babylon B. It was like Pam Bondi tells us that she can't release the Epstein files because a bunch of pedophiles told her not to.
Right. Yeah. Like it just, and I know it. I know that most likely 95% of the people that we voted for are probably on this fucking list, or 95% of the people we watched movies that we loved are on this fucking list, and it's going to be a shit show. And that's it. Just I wasn't really expecting them to ever tell us really anything, because I knew that there was somebody or some people on there that just can't. Yeah, dense.
I don't know. I wonder if there's a lot of people on the list where it's like, hey, maybe they weren't fucking a minor, but they were fucking a prostitute, and he's got dirt on them. And how can we distinguish between these 300 clients, which were fucking kids and which were fucking adults? Can we make the distinguishment? I don't know. Like, I don't even, it just is like,
nobody would care though if it was a prostitute though. I really
everyone would care. People cared that Trump misvalued one of his real estate things for a business loan where even the lender ended up making a fuck ton of money on it, and they charged him with a felony for it.
No, I get that. Oh, so you're saying you think that Trump is probably on it because he had sex with a prostitute? And
I'm sure he's on the list. Otherwise, I don't know. I'm sure fucking, I don't know. It just like,
I mean, he was at the island. There's no like,
I don't know. I mean, so yeah, obviously he's on the list. I guess it's just like, that's really disappointing. It's really disappointing when you say like, hey, it's going to be America first. And like, I don't know, transparency, that word. Like, I don't know. On some level, I think the American people need to know everything. We fucking vote for these assholes. And they owe us an explanation. They owe us an explanation. Hey, explain to us exactly why dropping these fucking bombs on Iran was a good thing.
Yeah.
Spell it out for all the fucking dumbasses like me who see bomb country bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Spell it the fuck out for me. And maybe then I can, discern as to whether it's a good idea or not. But like, just not even offering up a good explanation for it is, hey, that's unacceptable. You're in public office. Be public. I'm sick of the just all the secrecy and bullshit. And I don't know. I like see Elon's America First Party. I'm like, I like that. But
yeah,
also,
what did you think about that? I just, how the hell do you go from supporting him and being by his side, getting Trump elected and all that? Now Elon's like pissed at him. They broke up, which I'm assuming makes a lot of the left happy because they were bombing his cars and shit. So do they like him now again?
hey,
He's
Elon liked Trump because Trump was making promises to drain the swamp and to cut government spending. And as soon as Trump got in and started being wishy-washy on stuff like that, I'm sure Elon was disgusted. He's like, fuck you. You're breaking all the promises that you made to the American people. I'm out. And, you didn't say you were going to get in and then play ball with all these scumbags to get things accomplished. You said you were going to get in and fucking boot the scumbags.
What do you think is that, or do you think he's pissed that they didn't do his EV bill? Like,
I don't think he gives a fuck because he's gone on the record and said we shouldn't have government subsidies. We don't need them.
Okay.
There are a lot.
I don't know if I believe him on that, but
maybe not. But there are clips
saying
that, and it's like 4 years ago clips. He's like, we don't need government subsidies. I don't know why they're paying us, but they are. So I don't know. I really don't think that is. People are gonna buy electric cars because they think they're cool. Just the same way that there are people who buy Mustang V8s because they think they're cool. There's an equal amount of people now, and it will only grow, that think a fucking battery operated engine that doesn't make any noise and just is 0 to 60. They think that's cool. So like, I don't think he has anything to worry about with a government subsidy.
Carl would fight with you. It helped SEMA. It helped the Iranian people rise up against the regime. You're talking about the bombs.
There's a lot of fucked up shit with Iran and how like we propped up the guy before the Ayatollah and how he was good for the West, but there are a lot of people in Iran who didn't like him and we propped him up. So I don't know. It's kind of like at what point do we keep getting our hands dirty for our own benefit in other countries? And at what point do we say we're hands off? But if you build a nuke, we're fucking bombing you. Elect whatever radical leaders you want. It's your country. If 58% of the country wants women to not be able to drive and to always have to wear a face covering and they can't go out in public without their brother, that's what 58% of the country wants. Hey, it's not our country.
Right.
But just like here, if fucking Kamala won, you'd all be forced to fucking take vaccines, et cetera, et cetera. And that's not Iran's problem. It's our problem for having 58% fuckheads.
No, I'm with you on that. I don't think we should go regime change in any country. That's not our job. I don't think that at all.
We made it our job, and it's like,
I know.
How do we get the fuck out of it?
I know. I was hoping when Trump said like, "Hey, we're not trying to do regime changes," I hope he means that, and I hope he doesn't try to do it. I would be disappointed if he does. But yeah,
that whole idea of trying to force people to change if they just don't want to change,
like a culture to change if they don't want to change. That's
I agree with Rose too. Jess, Rosie View Photography, like there's a huge spiritual battle going on in the world. I think there's a huge philosophical battle going on. I would say there's a spiritual element to it, but philosophically as well. And I guess you could call like a lot of the wokeism a religion. But I think, I don't know, I think to some degree it is about God, but it's also just about ideologies and, people thinking that everyone has to agree exactly with that and that they have to control, like, it's just everyone's wrestling for control over one another. And that's crazy.
Religion to me is just another thing where it's like, I like talking about it because I like people's ideas and how their beliefs differ and change. As long as you're not trying to make me be what you want me to be or believe what you want me to believe, I'm happy to. I like talking about it. I like knowing what other people believe. It's the idea that like, hey, everybody has to be Christian, or hey, everybody has to be Muslim, or hey, everybody has to be whatever. Then it's like, oh, well, this sucks and I don't want to do this anymore. Like,
yeah, my gripe with religion is that it's corrupted by men. It's corrupted by human beings, and it's kind of, yeah. I just agree with you. As soon as someone tells me that I have to do something the way they want me to do it, I'm fucking out.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of that. It's like, do it this way. You have to follow these rules, etc. And it just.
Oh, this was crazy. I got to show you this too. I need your. This wasn't. Oh, did they erase all my shit? Stop it. Damn it. All right, fine. We'll have to wait a second till I can pull it back up. But did you see the flood thing in Texas? Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes. Well, I saw a bit of it.
Well, now everybody's on. Maybe I can find it on Hodge Twins. Hold on. No, who is it? Who is it? Officer Tatum. Officer Tatum. Yeah. So now there's a bunch of shit going around online where like the left is trying to say, well, those girls deserved it. It was an all white church. It was all whatever. You know what I mean? Like this is about this is about racism. This isn't about it's God's punishment for you being fucking racist. Like all this shit is
that one lady who's the Houston council member or something.
Yeah.
Sade Perkins? Are you talking about?
Yeah, I think so.
He is a ex-aide. This one?
God, I lost it.
This one right here?
Yeah.
Yep.
She did it. Then there was like a pediatrician that did it too.
Yeah.
And was like, oh, you got what you voted for. You know what I mean? Like it was insane.
Yeah, what are you saying?
They're saying like these girls, because we voted for Trump, these little white girls deserve to die at a church camp in Texas.
This guy's saying it?
No, not Officer Tatum. That chick that Colleen pulled up or whatever.
Right. So yeah, I saw her video.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, here, this one. This one. No, have the music. That's you.
Oh,
that's you.
Jesus, I'm sorry. I don't know what
people telling them and calling them out on their racism.
No, black people
about their double standards and how you wouldn't give a damn about other children and how there's children in ICE detention right now who y'all don't give two about. There's no prayers going up for them, but we're supposed to stop the world and stop everything we're doing to go and hunt for these little missing white girls. Again, I actually have empathy.
This girl said there's children in ICE detention. She's drawing an equivalent to kids who are drowning and floating away in houses, who are in the most terrifying times of their lives, run down a creek, killed, left for dead, mangled by all of this stuff. And then first responders who have to go out and pick these dead bodies up. That's equivalent to kids going into the detention center because their parents are illegally in this country in an air-conditioned facility with food and resources for them to be able to be processed out of this country. That's the same as children floating down a river with cortisol levels and adrenaline just seeping through their skin because the fear and terror that they must have felt before they died. And you telling me that that's an equivalent. Lord, really? Like what happened to them?
It's all over the internet. It's just every freaking where.
That's fucked.
Oh, there you go.
I don't even want to get it. That's just like people are just psychos. I mean, it's like when the fucking I don't know, I think this is way worse, but I think it was still pretty fucked when the United Healthcare CEO was killed and people were cheering. I'm like,
dude.
Yeah.
Oh wait, here, I found it. Hold on. This one is gonna make you want to like vomit. It's really bad.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say it because y'all scary as fuck and I don't give a damn. Them little girls, them people died because of racism, not politics. Boom, I said it. I don't give a fuck. And am I sad? No. Nope. Because more YT people will have to DIE in order for motherfuckers to what? CARE. I said what the fuck I said. I don't give a fuck and minds are here with me. We voted the correct way. You reap what the fuck you sow. Just the night before the flash flood happened, y'all were okay with motherfuckers being stripped away from their motherfucking families and never seeing them again. People being deported. Y'all were okay with that.
Like, and that's all it is. It's just the whole thing being against the deportations and whatever. So it's okay for a bunch of kids to die, forget their race, but she's going to say white kids because we voted for Trump.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect example of like there are a lot of people in the world who, I mean, there's probably not
Crazy.
much positive that person's going to contribute. I mean,
Yeah.
just wishing that anyone died, like it just is crazy.
And
That's crazy.
it does go back to the, because even
That's the difference. That's the
Yeah.
difference between a lot of the people that voted left and the people that voted right, or the people that voted more down the middle, but obviously you can only pick one or the other.
Yeah.
Like, people are wishing that other people would die.
Yeah. They wish that
That's-
Trump had gotten killed. Even if you don't like him, like you're wishing that he got shot that day and died. You're wishing someone died. Like that's what you're doing.
Crazy.
Insane. Oh yeah, CrossFit. I've seen this too. The Mexican president sent firefighters to help. Austin fire chief delayed sending help. Yeah, and there's a lot going on down there. Aren't the Mexicans trying to get rid of gentrification too?
Mhm.
There's something to do with that. They don't want
Mhm.
tourists coming in and buying up properties and shit. Whatever. I
Mhm.
get that. I understand it. Not mad at it.
Yep.
Um,
Saw that too.
last little bit. I was kind of curious what you thought about. We had a guy on a little while ago who's a really popular tattoo artist out here. And we kind of got into a conversation, and I asked him, why do you think most people get tattoos? Because when I think about it for myself, most of my tattoos I've gotten because of something like seriously emotional that happened in my life. Like it was a reaction to something, like either it was really, really awesome or I was really, really low in my life when I got the tattoo. And I know you have a couple, you kind of know this ups and downs of life, like the real highs and the real lows. And I was curious if that was anything that you've ever thought about, like why you got your tattoos.
I probably have half of them are just like because I thought they were cool and I wanted a new one.
Oh,
And then the other half are probably have some significance.
All right. I just want to make sure that we're not all crazy, because Seb says we're all crazy and have like mental disorders if we have tattoos. And I'm like, oh, maybe I do have a mental disorder.
No, he's
it's fun.
retarded.
No, I love it. I was just like, I wanted to ask him because he's actually a tattooer. If he ever like saw somebody come in the shop, I was like, dude, you're probably too emotional to get this tattoo right now. Graffiti school is tattoo therapy. Yeah, I definitely do that.
Yep.
I've definitely done that for sure. And then yeah, otherwise just how was has Taylor been following the creatine gummy thing?
No, what's that?
Like, I think it's that there's no creatine in these gummies. They're selling these gummies that say they have creatine, and then there's not. It's just literally like a gummy bear.
With like trace amounts, or
I don't think so. I think I saw that there's like none in there.
Oh shit. I saw that the
But I haven't
gummies were a new trend.
I haven't looked
I
into
didn't
it.
hear anything about them not having creatine in them.
that's crazy.
They'll give us some more details
we
before we go.
Also, hey, I wanted to have you on with Matthew, but it just didn't work out. But how was Kill Taylor at Syndicate? Did you love it?
Did I love it? It was very stressful, I would say. Very stressful.
Having everybody on the floor with you though, like
I didn't really notice that part of it. I was really just focused on I do not want to lose.
is it more nerve-wracking because your name's on it? Like, is it more nerve-wracking than a regular competition? Because
I think it was more nerve-wracking because Austin was there, and that was like a very late ad. And like there were just people that like JR and Wilson were like, yeah, we'll just include these people. And I'm like, I'm not gonna say no to Austin, then I'm a fucking bitch. But also like, damn, that was like, fuck, I gotta beat this guy. He's actually good. I don't know. That just
what did you think when he started? Did you see him start failing rope climbs, or did you not?
I kind of heard it. And then I saw the judge tell him he couldn't start the next interval because he capped the buy-in, and I was like, oh, you really haven't ever done a cut rope climb before. Yeah. But that, like, I'm not dumb enough I'm not disillusioned enough to think that makes me fitter than him. Like, he is ridiculously good. He just was dumb enough probably to actually not practice cut rope climbs after seeing that event released and just rest on his laurels of fitness and thought that he could beat me without ever having done one. That was stupid of him. But
that was cool though. It was really fun to watch. It was cool to see a lot of the people that have been on the show with you, and you know, it was really cool. It was fun.
Yeah, and having like those however many 50 or so people there in the yellow shirts was crazy. And like, you know, I think JR was like, I got the loudest cheers for Kill Taylor out of any athlete there in any event all weekend. So that's cool.
That we had our shirts on. I mean, we're sitting at home watching it with our shirts on. Vindicate got us ours. So it was awesome. It was really cool.
And Vindicate got Matthew t-shirt, our t-shirt.
Yeah,
he wore that on the floor, which was really cool.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, it was
really cool.
Insane to see.
Oh, here, hold on. Phil said James Smith did a video and some contain none, barely any. And then he said he tested about 6 to 7 brands and only one had about 3 grams of creatine, but it was below what it stated it had.
They probably said it had 5 grams per gummy. And,
yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh shit! Does Kill Taylor count because Taylor was on sauce? That's sauce.
Yeah,
it works.
It counts.
It
I can take whatever I want on Kill Taylor.
And the new one's starting soon, right? The 19th.
Yep.
That's awesome.
You excited?
Yeah, I'm excited, nervous. I've been training to like actually not lose as much. And try to get back into better shape. I've also like just traveling as much as we traveled over the past 4 months was brutal. But yeah.
Well, and you're going back at it again. You're going to be at the games behind the scenes, right?
That's the plan. Shooting behind the scenes, I guess. We'll see if like me being banned actually.
Dude, you're not banned. I loved when Sevon called you a drama queen.
Yeah.
You're not banned from the venue, bro.
We hope not. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Hey, they're just being fuckers. They're being fuckers about it all. So
they better not. Like that would.
I wonder if they'll kick me off the CAC. It'd be crazy.
Oh, you haven't found that out yet?
I mean, yeah.
Like you care.
I don't really want to make much of a statement on it because I do care and I want to help.
Oh, you do care.
I care and I want to help. But if they don't want me on it and they think it's gonna ruin it, then yeah, fucking boot me. Whatever.
You could.
It's still just so interesting to me because you're not competing, but it also is coming across as, again, and this is just my opinion, it's coming across as like they needed to use you for some sort of statement. They had to make some sort of statement to whether it was all of the noise, people sending them things. I know that there's a lot of people that don't agree with you and Sev and the way you guys talk and it just kind of feels like that it was a, you know what I mean? Like a
message they were trying to send,
a hit piece, a little bit.
Something like that, where it's like you're not competing.
Yep.
Okay, fine. Like you said, fine. If it's part of the year, which is also interesting to me because you only did the open. So you didn't do the semis, any of them, right? Nope. You didn't put your score in for any. So technically your score stopped counting.
Yeah, it didn't matter anyway.
When you got there, like, did you get an invitation to a semi?
No. Well, I can't remember if Baron Bland invited me to NorCal. Maybe they did. I didn't do the affiliate semifinal.
Right. So you didn't do the one from CrossFit. You didn't, if you had gotten an invite, you didn't accept any of them. NorCal, Syndicate, whatever. You didn't accept anything. So your score doesn't translate over to that. The people that still got the invite, because if Syndicate, and correct me if I'm wrong, but if Syndicate sent you an invite and you were like,
I told JR, I had to tell JR, like, I don't know, in fucking maybe December that I was not going to compete so that I could help him test Syndicate workouts. And
Right.
So that ship had sailed, and I think it was that point where like I was also like, yeah, I'm done. I remember I think I was on maybe it was when I was in Arizona with Lizzie at Greg's for the Broken Science event, where I was on the phone with JR, and I was like, yeah, I'm not competing anymore. So you can tell Wilson that I'm done, and I'd love to help you guys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just kind of feels like that they needed to make some sort of like that you needed to be the poster child for something.
It was definitely a hit piece, but it wasn't like they cooked it up. Like someone put it on their desk. They're like, hey, this guy's using drugs. Are you going to ban him? And it was like, fuck, well, we have to. He's literally telling everyone he's doing drugs and putting a needle. So like we can't not do it. And I also recognize I put them in an uncomfortable position too, because
yeah, for sure.
I am on the CrossFit Athlete Council and people do look up to me. And you know, I just wish they would have done their research and been like, hey, we know you're not competing anymore, but like, you know, this is a bad look, so we're gonna have to make a statement. Cool. Like I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
But just say that. And if you're saying for a moment that you thought I cheated, fuck you.
Yeah.
But that's what the people who put it on their desk want others to believe.
No,
I will not. No.
You're just gonna help him run it. Is Crash Crescendo gonna keep going too?
Yeah, I think it's spring competition. Well, I'll never compete again. I'm done competing.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. There you
Well,
go.
I'm retired.
Taylor.
Hey, maybe that's not true. Maybe in 4 years I'll be fucking feeling myself. But, yeah, for 4 years I'm not competing, guys.
Except on Kill Taylor.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's
On
my
his own
job.
Try not to win, you know.
Trying to get a Netflix deal so we can just have Kill Taylor on
money.
Netflix
Yeah,
seasons.
the enhanced Kill Taylor.
Yeah, there you go. Dude, thank you so much. I really appreciate this. This was awesome. It's gonna be a good next couple of weeks. We're excited. Can't wait to go to the games and get to watch everybody do everything. It'll be our first time at the games, so it's gonna be special.
Can't wait to see you guys there.
Yeah, me too.
And
she's nervous.
I'm always nervous. I'm nervous about everything. Like I probably need a gummy, but like, but if you guys are around tomorrow, the boys are having their head-to-head. Augie, I don't know who he's facing, but Augie's going head-to-head with somebody tomorrow. And then we are streaming John Young and Julia Cook at Grid League on Sunday. So if you want to come do a watch party and talk shit and hang out, we'll have some fun and do that and eat some chips. No, I'm just kidding. Apple and
I'll eat
some
chips
yogurt.
and guac. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. That's my shit right there.
So thanks, guys.
All right,
Love
guys.
y'all.
See you
Thanks for
next
hanging
time.
out.
Yep.
Deuces.
Bye.